Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies, a weekly podcast following four friends as they battle across a homebrewed world called Antiriath in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Step into our mystical world called Antiriath and follow our party of three dummies as they adventure across the lands. Talik Grug, half-orc, half-mystery, the fighter, played by Taylor. Bodyknock Greenleaf, the halfling rogue with a penchant for taking things that don't belong to him, played by Josh. And the ever-mysterious Eclarian Shadow, half-elf ranger from the Eclarian Mountains, played by Seth. And last but not least, the creator of our beautiful world, the man of many voices, and our dungeon master, Sam. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful journey. Please take a moment and rate and review our podcast if you are enjoying. It helps us move up the charts, helps other people like yourselves find us, and it helps support our wonderful, wonderful cast. On last week's episode, the party gets back to the Confluence Guild Hall after their long, arduous journey and defeat of the druid at the Old Moon Tower. Shadow follows a tip that he received from the assassin, takes him to Overport to the Drunken Boar, where he does some reconnaissance and some spying. Talik begins to fear that the pull of his longsword of pallid light is stronger than normal, and asks Miku Jalao in the Confluence Guild Hall to do a little research on what's going on with this sword that appears to be cursed. Bodyknock catches up with his old buddy Leech and eats some sausages and drinks some beer. Shadow makes it back to the Confluence Guild Hall to find Talik in a bad state, withered, drinking, and clutching on to the longsword of pallid light. The gang finds a bounty for an undead bard on the bounty board in the guild hall and decide that it's probably time to get Talik out of here and see if we can get some life back into his eyes. And that gets you caught up to where we are here.
Bodyknock, have you seen something on the guild board? We're leaving tonight. We gotta get him out of the field. The only thing I know that he likes more than drinking is killing, and I just assume we need to get him out there to kill something right now. He's depressed or some shit.
And when you say that, I just look at the sword and I'm like, yes, soon, yes, yeah. To the sword.
Let the sword pick something. It's what you really needs the help here.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? Yeah, soon. I promise, soon.
It looked like somebody needed some killing of something that may already be killed. I'm not really sure, but let's go.
Where's Bushi? Is you talking about this undead bard? Yeah, let's go. I gotta get the hell out of here. This place is sucking the life out of me.
Bodyknock, you ready? Are you gonna leave any sausages for me? Shit.
No, they're gone.
No, they're gone.
Oh, they're gone. Like shameful.
Oh, how many did you eat? Oh man. Okay, so y'all are headed out. So it is, Bushi's let you know, it's at a little town called Toad Hop. Tiny little town. Just a little, it's about 50 miles south of Bilyatok. So you're talking...
Morrilton, actually. About 50 miles south of Morrilton. It's called
Toadsuck. That's great.
I was writing Morrilton, daggum it.
Oh, that's funny.
brain.
So that's just one day on your mounts, on your glorious steeds.
As we're riding, I want to yell out to Shadow and be like, Shadow, have you checked this calendar recently? Am I gonna do the thing that I did that time again in the moonlight and the howling and the tearing and the hair?
Talik, what you do with your penis when we're all asleep is between you and it.
Oh no, I'm talking about the thing with the teeth and the claws and the
Talik,
and...
like I said, what you do with your penis is between you and it.
Oh my God.
I don't want to hear any more about it.
The ripping and the tearing, the ripping and the tearing.
Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't know how to read these calendars anymore anyway.
The 23rd is the next full moon of Fuller.
That's right. Oh,
And
you're
it's-
talking about the thing with the lion
18th.
that you did in the hole with the blood?
Yeah, that thing. Well, I don't remember. That's just what y'all told me. But yeah, I just remember coming back.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll chain you up real good when it gets close.
Yeah, just like last time, huh?
Yeah, just like last time.
Yeah. Me and Body Doc were fine. You'll be okay.
Oh
Just
my
keep me
gosh.
away from any polite townsfolk, please, on the 23rd. All right, and then we just keep riding towards Toad Hop.
Okay, so y'all get to Toad Hop in the evening of the 19th. So the first thing that y'all see is a lovely sow as you enter town.
A lovely sow. One cow?
One cow. It's a one cow town.
No, that's just the first thing you see as you walk in, and you see a little inn called the Misty Bunks, and a quaint little tavern called My Left Boot, and painted on the side of this brown sow is the word mayor, and it's sitting outside of this My Left Boot tavern. That
Is
has
this
just
literally a cow? Or
It's
am I
literally
missing
a cow.
something? Okay, and it's got the word
Wait,
mayor painted on it?
Are you saying sow or cow?
sow,
He's-
as in a female
A
cow.
sow is a pig.
Yeah, Sal's a pig.
A sow's a pig. Oh, see, this is what happens when
You
you
mean
run
heifer?
published material.
A
No, it's a
heifer.
sow. It's a pig.
It's a
pig.
pig.
It's
a
a
pig.
brown pig,
Okay.
and it says
Okay.
mayor on the side.
A pig is the mayor. Okay, so
Well, you're fine, Sam. I'm the one who said cow.
Well, I thought that sows were cows too.
Okay, good.
Since I read it, I've thought, wow, sow being a female cow is really kind of redundant.
okay, so I'm gonna walk right up to the mayor and I'm going to stroke my ring of
Oh.
druid kind,
Stroke it.
and I'm gonna say, "Hello, mayor."
She glances over at you and her eyes get big, and she swallows down the hay she was chewing. She says, "Well, hello there, Jenna Bean. I'm the mayor of this here town hop, and I haven't had a conversation in ages. Oh my God, how are you doing?"
All right, I'm about to make sausage out of this thing.
We just compliment how Sam had no intention of voicing that pig at all, and came up with that voice on the spot. Bravo.
Well, her name is
I'm
Jenna
impressed.
Bean, so that helped quite a bit. That gets you in the flavor.
In the bean.
Jenna Bean. Okay. Well,
I'll take the compliment.
hello, Miss Jenna Bean. We're just down here because we were at the Confluence Guild Hall up in Billiatalk and said something about some kind of dead singing guy or something. I don't remember.
Brody, yes. Oh, please, I'm so glad you're here. He's been terrorizing everybody. Man, oh, they're just, the whole town's all up in a tizzy. You go on in there and see Miss Huberta Hadley. She'll tell you all you need to know about how to see old Frody. Oh, he was just the sweetest little thing. You should have. All I remember when he was just the size of a little frog, and he run up and give me a little pats on the head.
Are you
Little
saying
poor old
Frody?
Yeah. Well, I believe that's what I always known him as. I think he has a longer name, but on account of me being a pig, I don't remember it.
Oh, how long have you been the mayor?
Oh, goodness gracious, at least 15 years now.
Oh my! There's no term limits around there.
Well, okay there, Miss Jenna. Well, you just in. Is
By this
that a
point, she's
hand
like
you're
sniffing
eating?
at Body Knock's pockets and kind of like rummaging around them.
Body Knock and I can't hear her, so we're just looking at each other like, what the fuck is he doing? He's talking to a pig?
Because this is the first time I've used the ring, too.
In
Yeah,
white paint.
And y'all think I'm the sick one.
If I was chaotic evil, I'd take control of her and never run
Just
off
use
in
the
woods.
sword, stab the pig, I'll make sausage. Solves all our problems.
she's like sniffing all around you, Body Knock, sniffing at your, like kind of rummaging into your pockets. She says, this boy smells good. What you hiding?
Oh
Your
my
siblings.
She snorts, oh yeah, I ate some of them.
I don't think they can talk to each other.
Oh.
Although that was funny.
She's responding to him. He wouldn't be able to respond to her, but she could respond to him, theoretically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a Dr. Doolittle world.
I don't know how it works.
I don't either.
Talk to the little world.
Okay, Miss Jenna. Well, it was nice to meet you. Good luck on the next election. And Shadow's like, come on, guys, this pig's crazy.
I'm like, I just go to Shadow. I go, where the fuck are we? They have a pig mayor?
So y'all step in,
Yeah,
and
pig mare.
it's just this dusty little
My left boot.
tavern. Yeah, my left boot. You see someone stand behind the bar. She says, "Oh, howdy there. My name's Huberta Hadley. Welcome to my left boot. You folks look like you're not from around here."
No, ma'am. We're here about some kind of dead singing guy.
Oh, thank goodness. It's been forever since that was posted. You see, we've been having a bit of an issue. You see, Brody, that's the one that's been wandering around. He died almost a month ago. Everyone in town attended his funeral. Y'all know about Froderick Dartwild, right? The famous bard who's born and raised here in Toad Hop, then went all over the world adventuring and singing for people.
Enlighten us.
Y'all make me a history check.
I can tell you, Shadow has no idea.
I don't know. It's a pretty low history check. He was pretty damn famous.
11.
I mean, both of you guys know. Body out. You probably know as well. I mean, it'd be like saying, "Oh yeah, I've never heard of Britney Spears."
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
exactly. Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Froderick,
Jesus.
what?
Froderick Dartwild,
That's a name.
23.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
Hey, while they're talking, can I wonder, like, what else do we see in this little play? We see other people.
I'm gonna read the box text.
My left boot.
It says, Froderick Dartwild, a famous bard, born and raised in Toad Hop, is all anyone in the hamlet can talk about. You've already met Toad Hop's honorary mayor, a friendly sow named Gemma Bean. You've also seen the frightened, troubled looks on the faces of the simple, hard-working folk who inhabit this rustic thorp. You see, Frody died almost a month ago. Everyone in town attended his funeral. Now he's crawled from his grave and returned to the cabin where he was born and where he spent his childhood. The family that owns the cabin now is out of sorts, to say the least. The family that lives there, a father, a mother, and their 3 daughters, is staying with the neighbors until this grave matter is resolved. The good folk of Toad Hop would like it very much if you, being adventurers, could pay a visit to the old Dartwall cabin and find out why Toad Hop's most famous bard has returned from the dead. The sooner he stops stinking up the place, the sooner he can be laid to rest. Again.
Okay.
Is there anybody else around the left boot that I see, or is it relatively empty? Or
It's basically just her.
can I wander back into the restroom?
She says, "Oh yeah, we got an outhouse out back you can use."
All right, I'm gonna leave y'all in here, and I go out to the outhouse. Can I look around the dirty, disgusting outhouse and see if I see like a rat or anything like that lurking around?
Yeah, let me see.
Make a check for it, maybe.
I checked, and yeah, so you actually do see a little mouse sitting in the corner.
Oh God!
I pull out the longsword of Pallid Light and approach slowly. And I just lift it up over my head with the crazy look in my eye and stab down into this mouse and kill it.
Make me a attack roll.
Okay. Let's see if I can hit this little guy. 11.
Okay, that hits him. So as you hit it, you can almost feel like you've been getting a thirst. And it's like when you're really, really thirsty and you have just a drop of water and it almost chokes you because it's just like a little sip. That's the essence of what you get. Yeah, and the sword kind of makes that sound too. It's almost like...
I do like a little shiver, like when you're like a...
like when you're done peeing.
Yeah, and then I go pee, and then do another shiver.
Nice.
Then I come back inside, and I'm like, "All right, boys, what are we doing?" And I like have a big smile.
You're feeling
on my
a little
face.
bit better, but you're not feeling like 100%.
We're going to look for the dead guy, the dead singing guy.
Well, then you're gonna want to go out to the Dark Wild's old cabin, and as far as I know, he's been there.
The Dartwild's old cabin. Where is that?
She'll kind of like lay out a little map. She's like, well, here's the main road right here, blah, blah, blah. And she draws it out for you. It's just down at the end of town.
Okay, were you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Can I have a beer, please, before we go? A pint?
Oh, absolutely. And she hands you a bottle that says a beer.
Oh God! Oh God!
Yeah.
Crossover!
Are there any open container laws in Toad Hill? Where are we? Toad
laws? What? No, we don't have any laws here.
Oh, okay. Never
laws,
mind.
no laws.
I just carry it out.
No, Miss Genevieve takes care of all that.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, on your way down there, you see some young, unkempt fellas, 4 guys, kind of like watching you guys and like following you from a distance, kind of mumbling to themselves and kicking rocks and stuff. You know, none of them are older than 13, and they're just kind of watching you guys. Y'all seem to be quite the sight in this little town.
I yell out to them, "Hey, y'all got a problem?"
And they just kind of like turn and look the other way, just like stupid teenagers, just kind of looking like they pretending not to be following you. One of them like pulls out some dice, is like, "Hey, you guys," they start just like throwing dice in the middle of the floor while they're like looking at you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just keep going.
Okay, they keep a much further berth from you, but you can still see them back there following you, a couple blocks back. You arrive at the cabin, and the front door of the cabin's wide open, and a rotten stench emanates from it.
When we're still like 100 yards away from the cabin, I am going to cast Primeval Awareness to identify if there is any presence of aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
I remember we've done this before, and I don't recall. You do find out what type of creature it is, right? Last time we said you sensed an aberration. It doesn't reveal quantity or location.
Well, it doesn't reveal their location, but I can determine what and where.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a dim light coming out of the doorway as you approach this place. You hear the boys kind of mumbling behind you. Here, one of them say, "Dang it, they ain't going inside. Shut up, Frodo was gonna hear you." they're just kind of like talking to each other. You do sense, by the way, they watch you do that, and eyes went wide. You definitely sense the presence of undead, but it's not a particularly strong presence. But you get that noxious odor of the stench of undeath, even with your primeval awareness before you even get close.
This place gives me the creeps.
And when you get close, the stench becomes one that you detect with your mundane senses.
Body knock.
The door is wide open as you approach.
What's up?
Body knock. You farting out these sausages? What is the smell?
That's not me.
Shadow. What is it?
According to my elven senses, there's something dead, but not dead. It's they may be right. Old what's his face might be floating around in here. I want to try to maybe. Why don't you sing and see if he'll sing back?
Sing?
Yeah, sing something. Like an old soldier song or something.
Okay.
Sing one of Brody's famous.
One of Frody's famous songs? Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Old Toad Hill, how I love your trees.
You
I
hear
can't remember it.
A moaning come from inside, and it just continues on. It says, "The lilies in the water, so sweet."
That's him. That's Frody.
Tyler, get the hell away from that door.
He says, "No, come on in. Who's that beautiful voice?"
Oh, thanks.
fuck.
That's me. I've always been a fan, Frody. And I walk in the front door.
And so as you walk in, the cabin is just full of buzzing flies. Seated in a dark corner behind a rickety kitchen table is what's attracting those flies. A putrid human corpse with yellow eyes. In a raspy voice, he says, "Well, my name's Frederick Dartwile. My friends call me Frody."
Frody? You're not looking so hot.
Yeah, no, he's looking pretty rough. He's
Oh, that is pretty rough.
What's up? I thought you died a month ago. That's what your mayor told us. The pig.
Oh, and Jenna. I remember when I was just a little tiny tot, I'd pet her on the head. Oh, she's right though. Yeah, no, I died a month ago. Now me and my troop were out adventuring and got caught up in a whole nest of those things with the lion faces and the tails with the stingers and
Manticores?
Yeah, that's what it was. Canonically written right here into the book. I thought that was pretty fantastic. No, really, it's really in here. I thought that was great.
That is great.
Well, what are you cursed? What did they do to you, Shadow? This is too much for me. Get in here.
Oh, Shadow just kind of shakes his head. Talik going head first into shit as usual, and follows behind him.
I'm so glad you're here. Everybody else keeps running away. As much as they love me in life, they seem to hate me as much in death. I'm so glad that y'all are here. I've been wanting to tell people what happened to me. I was laying in my grave, dead, and next thing I know, my casket's open, and my mandolin, my beautiful golden axe, it was gone. Without it in my grips, I rose from the grave. I saw a couple of halflings running off with it. I heard them talking right before they ran off.
I look over at Body Knock and give him a side eye, like, the fuck? You've been with us.
What you guys talking about?
They had Toad Hop accents. You know, I worked hard to get rid of mine, but it's unmistakable once you're from Toad Hop. Everybody always slips in.
So, did we hear the children laughing and nudging each other when we were approaching the cabin?
Yeah, they were like, holy shit, they're going in there.
Okay, so Shadow says, Brody, let me ask you something. You mind hanging tight here with my pal Talik and Body Knock real quick while I check something out for you? See if I can't maybe figure out where your mandolin is?
Oh, sure, please, guys, go right ahead.
So, Shadow's gonna cast Zephyr Strike and travel like the wind, literally the description, up to the children and pull one of their hoods back.
So you, and just, I imagine like anime style, like you just appear in front of one of them, and they all just take a deep, sharp breath. You're just like, and you pull one of them. They're not wearing hoods or anything. They're just in, shitty little kids' clothes, just your average clothes. Short hair. One of them's got a stupid bowl cut. They look up at you like, are you? Did he get you? Are you a ghost?
Are any of them halflings?
Yeah, one of them appears to be the halfling. The other two appear to the other three appear to all be human.
So I look at the halfling and say, y'all wouldn't have happened to stumbled upon old Frody's instrument out of his grave, would you?
No, sir, mister. No, we wouldn't go anywhere near that thing. Wow, yeah, no. The tough one pops up. He says, Hey, mister, no. My name's Evan. He wouldn't do anything like that. Look, we're just curious. Is all. We don't mean no harm. We're not trying to start anything. The little halfling just looks like he's about to wet his pants. You think he might have wet his pants?
Okay, so really kindly, I'm going to ask him one more time. Were y'all playing around the grave and seeing anybody running off with what might have been old Frody's mandolin?
No, sir. We ain't do no playing around the graves. In fact, we never really go out there. It's, it's kind of spooky. Only on a dare, but that was a long time ago. That was last year on Joey's birthday. We don't go out there.
Where do the halflings live in Toad Hop?
Oh, there's quite a few halflings. I'm sorry, sir. So inside, at this point, Frody's been like, "How your friends are off so fast? I didn't get to tell them. I heard them talking before they left. They said each other's names. They were Mackerel and Trout."
Mackerel and Trout.
If you ask around town, I'm sure somebody's got to know them.
So while that's going on, Shadow's told the kids, y'all go home and stay home. Don't come back to this cabin. I'm walking back up to the cabin.
As soon as you turn around, you just hear as all four of them just take off running.
I pull out the decanter of endless wine and pour him a glass. I'm like, can you drink this? Hand it to him.
He says, I haven't been thirsty this whole time. And he starts to pour it down his throat, and you see where there's already a spot in his throat that started to decay, and the wine just starts pouring out of the side of it and running down his shirt.
I'm like, it's worth the try.
Yeah, he just kind of looks down dejectedly. He's like, I don't like being like this, but I can't go back to my grave without my mandolin. You gotta help me.
And we're gonna get your mandolin. You know where Mackerel and Trout live?
I don't know them personally, but somebody around town's gotta know them.
All right.
So by this point, Shadow's back up at the cabin. Y'all find out anything worth knowing? Nothing out there. It was a bust.
Yeah, he thinks a couple of halflings named Mackerel and Trout are responsible for taking the mandolin out of his grave. So we gotta head back to town and see if we can find them.
All right, let's go.
So y'all head back on into town, and yeah, it's you ask around a little bit. Takes you a couple people. I imagine there's like a couple old ladies sitting on a porch that y'all are talking to, and one was like, "Nah, never heard of them." The other one chimes in, she's like, "Oh no, you know Mackerel and Trout, Mackerel Mud Bottom, Trout Bonanza. They live down in that stilt house on that hut down by the river. They're the ones who come in and sell us crayfish and frogs for our boils."
Down by the river.
You mean the fishy boys? Why didn't you just say that? Yeah, they're down there by the river.
In a van by the river.
no, man. It's a hut on stilts. It rains down there, and the river floods. They gotta be up on stilts.
Okay, ma'ams. Thank you.
Tell them if they got any more crayfish, I've been craving a boil.
Oh, okay. We head to the halfling stilt house down by the river.
You guys with your high perceptions by Knock and Shadow, you hear them as they're walking off. She says, "Damn strangers, never know anything about the little folk." So you head down to the van hut down by the river. So yeah, y'all approach a lopsided wooden hut squats on 4 wooden stilts next to the sandy shore of a shallow river.
Oh wow, it's quite adorable.
You see 2 halflings in overalls, both enjoying the day. One next to the hut, and the other standing in the river, futzing with a crayfish trap.
Hey, you didn't find any rings in that river, did you?
My precious. And he starts choking you. He just starts throttling you.
No!
No, so you say
he
that.
transforms into that creepiest scene of any movie of all time when Bilbo flashes into his creepy thing. That,
I hate that.
That
God,
fucking.
I hate that.
It's the worst scene in any movie.
It's terrible. It's so scary.
So scary.
I don't like it.
So you see one down the river. He says, "You want we got all kinds of people down here. You want to be around? We got rings. What you got good for you?"
It's okay. It's okay. I speak hillbilly.
And it's like a weird blend. It's like a weird Creole of common and halfling.
Okay.
That he's speaking. The other one walks over. He says, "Hey, boy, how you doing there? What can we help you folks with on this fine day?"
This AI image made one side of this person's mustache part of a mackerel. I'm extremely disturbed. What?
That's the one who speaks the really rough Creole.
Yeah.
He walks up. "Hey, what you gonna go with? What you got? What we gonna still crawfish? You want some frogs?"
Okay.
Dylan says, "Yeah, we got
I
all
don't-
kinds of frogs. We can tell you, we got all kinds of crayfish. What you need?"
How about how about a mandolin?
They both kind of look at one another. They say, "Mandolin? We already got a mandolin just the other week, about a month ago. What are the odds of that, having 2 people need a mandolin in 1 year?" He kind of bumps Mackerel. Mackerel says, "Hey, Jim, you know, everybody come on, do these things, everybody come and listen to what now. You don't even know what about."
This guy says he likes to see homos naked.
Checks
Now
out.
that's a deep cut.
That's Joe Dirt. This podcast brought to you by Joe Dirt.
Oh God. So wait, you say you got one, as in you acquired one and then took it to another person for that person, or you have it in your house?
We ain't got that great. We took it to him. He says, "Yeah, now my friend said we."
Where
we
is he? I understand him. Don't you worry about it. Where is the guy?
Scythian Scaldaring. Oh, well, he's at the Scaldaring Conservatory, obviously, out there at the.
What the fuck? Shit.
Scaldaring at the Scaldaring Conservatory, huh?
Well, yeah, that's his namesake. After all, people like to name things after themselves, and they got that kind of money.
What do they do at the Scaldaring Conservatory?
Oh, glad you asked. You know, we used to work out there. We used to pick olives for them back before we lived in this tiny hut. We actually lived there with them. But all the olives, they withered up a while back, and we've been let go. These days, I don't think they really got much of anything as far as staff goes. And probably still got the cook on staff, Maybe if they're real nice, they probably got the groundskeeper. I can't even remember that fella's name. What was that fella's name?
Body knock. These are your people. You talk to them. I'm done with them.
I don't understand these fuckers. They're not my dialect.
Yeah, freaking city halfling. He's like, what the fuck?
Just give us the fucking mandolin, buddy.
Yeah. We were happy to give it to you, but we ain't got no mandolin. He says, yeah, like you said, we ain't got no mandolin. We're happy to give it to you, but I believe he was gonna give it to one of his favorite people. What's that name? Van Timmel. Yeah, the Van Timmels. That's who it was, Willie Van Timmel. Yeah, it's his star pupil. He's gonna give it to him, hoping to pay off some of his debts. Get them Van Timmels is filthy rich.
Where does he live?
The Scout Garing Conservatory? Oh, it's just a little ways out of town, not too far.
What direction?
Well, I can point you the way. I tell you what, though, he's not going to give it up willingly. I don't know what you guys are planning, but
That's all right. We'll kill him.
You can't just go in and start killing people now. This is a upstanding gentleman.
We do it all the time.
Now hold on. Now I don't know
direction, or you'll join the list.
I don't. Oh well, then we don't need to be violent now, but I don't know if y'all understand how things go in Toad Hop. Miss Genevieve will be real bothered if you start killing people around here.
Well, we'll kill her too.
You'll be sausage.
All right. You don't gotta get rude, but you gotta understand this man's a teacher. He's got young kids in there that he teaches music to.
The younglings.
You can't just start murdering a man in front of his students.
You're talking about a man who had you rob a grave?
There's no harm in that. I wasn't using that thing anymore. It's just an innocent little act.
Well, you go over to the Dark Wild Cabin your own self, and you find out how harmless it was. Now, point me in the direction of this conservatory.
Dark Wild Cabin? No, we didn't take anything from the Dark Wild Cabin. We took something out of Frodo's grave.
I'm gonna draw my bow and shoot this guy in the fucking knee.
Yes, do it.
Tired of his yammering.
You pull the bow out and it shrinks down a little bit because he's a halfling, so it's a little bit small when you point it at him. He says, hold on, I'll tell you whatever you need to know, but I'm just going to tell you right now, he's not going to part with it willingly. I mean, you might could take it from him, but I don't want anybody getting hurt. What if we could help you figure out how to get it in a more discreet way?
What's your idea?
Max says, come on, and he goes over to the sand by the river, and he starts pushing together the sand, and he says, and he's talking to this sand castle that he's made that's just absurdly elaborate. He starts telling you about the way that the Skaldering Conservatory is arranged. So he tells you it's got 4 floors, counting the roof. It's got 2 exterior doors, a door in the front and a back door leading into the kitchen. They're good, sturdy oak doors. They bar them shut at night. All the windows are latched shut from the inside. We maybe checked, he says. From the skylights on the roof, you can see the 3rd floor room that holds Cillian's fancy instruments. Cillian's quarters are somewhere up there on the floor too. And like I said, they let most of the staff go except the cook and the housekeeper. They sleep next to the kitchen on the ground floor. Like we said, we work there, so we know the layout real well. The students, they live on the 2nd floor and all have their own rooms, but they take the victuals in the dining hall on the 1st floor. And then there's the staircases between all the floors and the towers. On either wing, these are the towers here. And then there's a elevator powered by magic that runs between the dining hall and the 2nd and 3rd floor hallways.
Okay.
Now, you gotta know about Mr. Cillian. Like I said, since his olives all dried up, he's been really struggling to pay off his debts. This mandolin that we took him, he's trying to, he paid good money to take it to him, but he's planning on making a lot more money by getting in good with the Van Timmels. Like I said, that's one of his students.
You think he already took it to him?
Well, they're there in at the facility, but I'm not sure. I think he was gonna wait until they graduated or something. I'm not really sure what his plans were long term.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and there's one more thing that you might want to know. He's always got the key around his neck, the master key that works all the doors, and Vorda, the housekeeper, he's got the other master key. And then one more thing you gotta know: Cillian's terrified of frogs and toads. Has been ever since he was swallowed by a giant toad as a young boy. Now, don't tell him we told you that. He'd kill us.
Oh,
one more thing. There's another person in the house. There's his buddy, Josta.
Yeah? What about him?
Oh, he's an odd fella. Just hangs around, aloof most of the time. He's a real handsome-looking tiefling his own self.
A tiefling is in that conservatory.
Oh, did we not mention Scythian Skaldarian? He's a tiefling himself. He's got blue skin, black horn.
Mother...
He's kind of got a stick
Where
up his
is
butt.
this conservatory?
Well, all right, we'll show you the way. And they draw in the sand like a long line, and then they draw the little river, and they draw the little hut in the sand. They say, "No, you just gotta follow along this way. You'll find them eventually."
Come on, guys. Fucking tieflings.
Yeah, Joster, he's a bit of an artist himself, but he's a more traditional, as you say. He makes paintings and whatnot.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Oh, all right.
We're just like all annoyed. We're like walking off as they're still talking.
Nice to meet you. If you ever guys ever want any frogs or crayfish, we'll sell them to y'all.
Yeah.
All right, you have a good one now. Nice to meet you.
Wait,
Please
you
don't
gotta
kill nobody.
You got a frog? Give me the frog. What do you want? Give me the frog. Here, take some mud. What do you want?
But this is a hay-based economy.
Hay.
You don't have any hay?
No
Well,
hay.
you could probably go down to the bank and convert some of
I've
your
got
silver
this
to hay.
arrow I'll put through
Nope.
your fucking knee.
Oh, give me.
You know what? I think I just saw a frog right over there.
Yeah.
Let me see if Mackerel can catch it.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
he says Mackerel can catch it.
Oh,
And Mackerel's
okay.
like, and he jumps over and grabs the frog.
Okay,
Hands it to you.
may I have that frog? Okay, thank you.
He kind of like holds onto it for a second and lets you take it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Goodbye, things.
Yep. All right. Goodbye to you too now.
Off to the tieflings. Fuck.
Off to the tieflings. Fuck. So you walk in and there's just a tiefling fuck everywhere.
No, walk in. There's a tiefling fuck everywhere.
Oh man. So you recognize the Skaldarian Conservatory at once, a brooding keep surrounded by rows of dead olive trees. A long, straight cobblestone driveway in need of repair passes through the orchard on its way to the conservatory. Where the driveway meets the main road, someone has posted a wooden sign that reads as follows: Skaldarian Conservatory, school for the musically gifted. No tours, no solicited sirs, no amateurs. So yeah, this place, like I said, it's got all these olive trees, but they're just worn out and clearly totally dead.
I am highly concerned. Alright. Knock, knock, knock.
Let's say, hold on, we need to figure out what time of day is it. By the time you guys got to Toad Hop, it was evening when y'all got here. So, did y'all want to do all of that in the evening and come knocking on the door that night?
Yeah, why
I
not?
figure.
Okay, so we'll say it's around like 9 o'clock at night. You come knocking on the door. You actually see light from the windows as you approach. And you knock on the door, and you actually hear a little bit of chatter and commotion, like some quiet talking. You hear footsteps approach the door. One of the doors opens up, and sure enough, standing in the doorway, you see a human male, and he says, May I help you?
We are here to see the master of the house.
And who might you be, so I can let him know?
You may call me Shadow.
Is there anything else you would like me to tell the master about your visit this evening?
I don't think so.
Well, so be it. And he closes the door, and a couple minutes later, the door opens up, and you see standing before you this blue-skinned tiefling. He's got like a fancy frilly shirt on with all the... What's the puffy shirt from Seinfeld? He's got like that kind of shirt on, with a silk robe over the whole thing.
Spell his name.
It's Sythian, and then Skaldering is Skaldering. At first I thought it was Scaldering, but that should be an I, so I've been saying Skaldering.
Okay. Did you guys hang back, or are y'all up here with me?
I am. I'm standing right behind them.
Okay. Mr. Skaldering, I presume. My name is Shadow, and these are my friends, and we have a matter of most importance that we need to discuss with you.
And what might that be? I'm a little busy at the moment, and you kind of look past them, and you see several young people sitting around the fireplace off to the left. As you're peering into the room, there's a large dining table right in the center of it. You see, sure enough, another tiefling sitting over. One of the students is actually in a wheelchair, sitting over off in the corner. They all seem pretty young, between the ages of like 13 and 20.
It's the X-Men.
He says, make it quick. I don't normally do business this late in the evening.
Fine. I'll make it quick. It's no business. You hired 2 grave robbers to take the mandolin of Froderick Dartwild from his grave, and now he is terrorizing Toadhop. And I want to know where the mandolin is.
He looks at you, and he just like scoffs. He says, "Y'all have a good day, sir." And he just like goes to shut the door in your face and closes the door.
I stick my foot in the door.
He says, "Look, I don't know what you've heard, but I don't appreciate people coming to my home and accusing me of things. Now, it's time for you to leave." And he tries to push your foot out of the way.
Talik.
Make me an athletics check as he tries to shove your foot out of the way to close the door.
Can I give the help action because I reach my hand out and push the door too?
You can. Yep. Do the help action.
I rolled a 10.
I'll roll mine. We'll see what we get combined here. I got a 22.
So he manages to actually shove Shadow's foot out, and the door is like going to close, and right before it latches, Talik puts his hand on it and stops it right beforehand. He says, "Oh, you brutes! What is it that you want? Just get the hell out of here. I'm not going to give you the mandolin."
Why don't we discuss this inside? Can I roll intimidation?
Sure.
I got a 17.
He says, "You're not gonna scare me into anything. I've got big plans, and you guys are not involved in it. Now, simply go away. I've done nothing wrong. It was just a small, minor thing. No harm, no foul. Now leave."
I don't know about your people, but where I come from, robbing graves is a pretty serious thing.
I would like to look over to Body Knock and cast message, point a finger at him, and telepathically communicate with him and say, "Hey, Body Knock, I see a balcony about 20 feet above us. Do you think you could make it up there?"
Yeah, that's kind of what I planned on doing.
Okay. So he says that back to me. That's what I planned on doing telepathically.
Okay. Can he respond with message, Taylor?
Yes, he can. He can respond back telepathically.
Okay.
Shadow doesn't know that I did that. I'm going to lean over to Shadow and say, "Let's respect the man's wishes. Have a good night, sir."
As you let your hand off the door, he shuts it quickly.
and I'm gonna walk back over towards Body Knock like we're leaving.
Okay, and let's I think that's probably a good spot to call it for the night.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you started talking to him, when you were describing the building, I plan on going through that third floor skylight to the instrument room regardless.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. Okay, so he as far as he knows, we're leaving. It's about 9:30 at night, and we're walking back down the path.
Okay, and we will pick up there.
We did get confirmation that he does have it. He said
Yeah.
it's not that bad. Blah 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 blah. So
I'm
he's
not
got
gonna
it
give it
somewhere.
to you.
He's got it somewhere in this.
Yeah,
house.
he even said the word mandolin.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So we got a good plan.
All right, so that'll be fun. So we'll get into the meat of it. That was like a almost pure roleplay app.
Yeah.
We didn't fight anything except a rat.
To be continued on the next episode of Dungeons and Dragons and Dummies. Find out what happens to our party next week.